Hello YouTube, and welcome to your 5th Trainz content creation with Gmax tutorial. And this is Chris Railroads, and and for this segment we will be working on preparing textures for use with Trainz. And there are certain standards that need to be followed when doing this. Now, right here I'm going to be using Photoshop. And you should be able to follow along in any other major graphic editor, like Photoshop Express or Paint.net, or GIMP. I'm not sure what people use these days. I just use Photoshop. But one thing that you need to know is that every single image that you use the dimensions must be in. They must be in powers of 2, which is just a requirement for Trainz due to MIP mapping, which is something that it's hard to explain, but anything that is in a power of 2 can easily be cut in half, and that's the main thing that you gotta remember. Because if you have like some awkward dimension like 313, which I think is a prime number, you can't cut that in half evenly, and you can't have a decimal of a pixel. So that means that your dimensions would always need to be 2 by 2, 4 by 4, 8 by 8, 16 by 16, 32 by 32. Those are all small. I doubt you'll ever be using anything that sized. There's 128 by 128. 200, that's not even really used too much. 256 by 256. The most common, the ones that you'll see almost always, are 512 by 512, or 1024 by 1024. And they're all easily halved. So half of 1024 is 512, and half of 512 is 256, and so on and so forth. Easy enough? Well, the image that I have created before us is 1024 by 1024, and I've just assembled together some random images, and we'll be working with this image in the next tutorial. But once you've made your graphically amazing texture that you want to apply to the engine, you're going to need to save it as a Targa file. Now, well, when you save it, it's going to need to be a Targa file, and most editors should support that format. Should yours not, you might want to get a new editor. Just saying. So, let me say this is a Targa, and let's do YouTube texture test. Always use underscores. If you need to put a space in, just always use an underscore. It's good business. I always do, so. And then when you save it, you will be able to access it. But you don't have to make anything special. You could just draw a squiggly, or you could do something fancy, like use a few images. Well, that's about it for now. I'll continue on in the next tutorial. This is Chris Railroads. See you next time.